Hey, welcome back to Trucking California with Velox 18. Hey, we had a huge weekend on subscriber count. We had over 500 subscribers in 3 days added to us. So welcome if you're new. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you hit that little ring-a-ding-a-ding bell to get the notifications when I post new videos, which is pretty much every day during the week. Whenever I'm running the truck, I'm posting videos. So to give you guys a little overview, this is my truck. El Hueso 2022 Peterbilt 389, and I started my own authority almost a year ago now, and I had never hauled reefer freight until I bought that trailer back there, and now we're just trying to figure out what we're doing, how to do it, how to make money out here, and you know, kind of going through these cycles of freight, and the last few years have not been typical cycles from what I've been told, so we're just we're just trying to figure it out and make a living for my family, and that's how we're doing. That's what we're doing. So anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say to all you new guys. There is a merchandise shelf down there below if you want to buy Velox 18 crap like that. If you're watching on a TV, you can just go to velox18.com, and there's a little button on the webpage to go to the shop. So a link to the shop there. Just go to velox18.com. But everyone else should have the merchandise shelf underneath the video, so you can buy crap if you want to, and represent Velox 18. Everything's black and white. That's just my style. It's just what I do. And if you want to order something in a weird color, you're gonna have to change the color yourself, because everything is black and white for me. That's how I roll. But hey, we gotta get over here and pick up this load right down the road, 5 miles away. So we'll hop in the truck, we'll roll down there and do that. But while I do that, you guys roll the music. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna run over here and we're gonna pick up our load to start our week. And man, this week already is starting out kind of funky. If you watched my videos last week, you know Jessica was sick. She had a little stomach bug. Some people call them 24-hour stomach bugs, but this one's more of a 12-hour stomach bug. I went ahead and got that stomach bug on Monday morning, so that was exciting. In fact, I recorded a little bit, so go check out. I'll put on what I recorded yesterday when I was sick. So this wasn't really my plan for this week. That bug that's been going around got me. It got me. But Jessica, she was awesome. She she took care of me, number one. But number two, she was, I was like dictating emails to her, trying to get the loads moved around this week, because I did have 3 loads pre-booked. 2 of them are for my customer. They're just on like a steady rotation, and they were easier to move. The other one, I had to call the broker myself and just apologize and tell him, hey, I can't run that back haul from Utah back to Northern California. So anyway, so now the whole week's kind of a mess. This is kind of just a 12-hour, 24-hour bug, so I just pushed my pickup to tomorrow, and we'll try again, and now we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, before you guys say, you know, maybe I should have just toughed it out. I mean, when your body forcefully excretes partially digested food almost 10 times, almost hit double digits. I think it was pretty close to a record for like the first 4 or 5 hours there. Yeah, you can't do that in the truck. Sorry, there ain't no. I don't care what kind of truck you got. I don't care if you got a bathroom on board. You're not gonna drive while you have that kind of a stomach issue, man. That's just not it. That ain't it. So I did think about the possibility of trying to be a work-in later in the day. My appointment was at 10 a.m. But I just wasn't sure if I was going to feel better by this afternoon. So kind of glad I didn't, because I don't feel great still, and it's 2:30. So that's where we're at. So yeah, back to you, Nick. All right, so you see my whole week kind of got turned upside down. But this morning, Gus woke me up about 5:30 in the morning, and I've been up since then. I really wanted to get a little more sleep because still don't feel 100%, but the trips to the porcelain throne have calmed down, and the upset stomach is just a little unsettled. It's just a little, whatever. So it doesn't have. I'm not having the same issues I had yesterday. So we're gonna truck it today, and had a lot of confidence that this was gonna be just a short 12-hour thing, because it had gone through my family, my sister-in-law's family, and it lasted about 12 hours each time. So I kind of knew what to expect. That's why I pushed today's load, yesterday's load to today. I ended up moving the load from Thursday because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to make it back in time or not for a Thursday pickup. And that one had some flexibility on when it could pick up. So I pushed it to later in the month. And then I did have to cancel my back haul. I had to call that broker and just tell him I couldn't do it. I explained to him what was going on, tried to give him as much heads up as I could, because that load picks up today out in St. George, Utah. So I just, no way I could make it, man, no way. So he was cool about it, definitely cool about it, but I hate doing that to brokers. Hate doing that to anyone, having to scramble to cover a load. That's not cool. So anyway, we got it all figured out. And then this morning when Gus woke me up, I started to tell you this, and then I got sidetracked, rabbit trailed. But when Gus woke me up this morning, I actually booked myself a couple loads for later this week. So pre-booking my loads, and should have a good week still. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys once we get in here and get loaded. All right, we are backed into a dock. We are here, getting ready to get loaded. There's only like 5 trucks here, so shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't take long at all. But yeah, just wanted to address a couple comments that I've gotten in the last few days, which I appreciate all your guys' comments. I suck at replying to them. What it is I still feel like a small channel. I am a small channel, but I feel like I want to give a thoughtful response to each comment, and then I'm not able to do that in like the time frame. I mean, with running a truck, running the business, trying to book loads in advance, trying to keep up with the relationship with the shippers and the brokers, and trying to maintain my authority and keeping all my stuff active, making sure that my biannual update and my my fictitious business name and all kinds of stuff is taken care of. There's just a lot on my plate, so I end up slacking on the comments. So I forgive me for that, but I do read every single one of them. I appreciate you guys leaving them. But one of them said, when are you going to learn to stop booking loads ahead of time, because it comes back to bite you in the butt, like it did yesterday when I had pre-booked this week. I had a load booked on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and one thing, me getting sick, messed up the whole week. Well, I just have to say that my answer to that is that, number one, I have a customer who wants me to pre-book loads for them, which leads me to the second point. Because I have loads pre-booked through them, so I had a load booked Monday and Thursday for the customer. I needed to find a load that could get me back in time to get that Thursday load. So I'm trying to find loads that kind of fit in a certain window. I'm not just leaving it open-ended. I'm not like a true OTR guy who is just looking to go from place to place to place to place. I'm running like a very specific lane going out and back, and I've got to get back for my customers load. I'm a one truck operation, so if I want to say yes to my customer, which I do, I have to find loads that come back, which means I have to pre-book them. Because brings me to my third point. When you look at the load boards, once you get where you're going, or even a day ahead of time, right now, you look at the load board a day ahead of time, and it is thin. The pickings are slim. I mean, it's just right now the freight isn't booming. We're not going crazy. There's no I don't know. There's not a lot out there, and the stuff that is out there that I'm seeing, a lot of it is at least on the spot market. It's got the weird pickup dates, pickup times. Maybe they want you to sit it on your truck for a couple days, or just the appointments don't line up. Or I'm running day shift, and then all of a sudden that's like one overnight night shift load that they want, needs to get picked up at midnight and delivered at 7 a.m. And it's like, man, I don't have the hours to get myself reset from making my previous delivery and then getting myself, that other load on the truck and stuff. So anyway, so you end up, the loads that pay decent, that I can negotiate up to pay decent, and the loads that that fit within my scheduling kind of parameters are few and far between. So I got to kind of take advantage of the ones I see, even if it's a few days in advance. And could I possibly get more the day of, to haul a load? And if the broker's really desperate, maybe they'll give me a couple $100 extra. Well, yeah, that's possible. But I also I booked 2 loads this morning for tomorrow and for Wednesday. Or sorry, tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow and for Thursday, and I was able to negotiate an extra $400 on one and an extra $200 on the other. So I still got more than what is posted on the load board for. I'm still getting a good rate per mile, and I built out my week to be able to build it to where I can be where I need to be at the times I need to be there. So that's kind of my story. I'm sticking to it, and that's kind of why I pre-book loads, because if you don't, it's like musical chairs. When the music stops, you're going to be the one still standing, which happened to me on Friday, and I had to deadhead home. Almost 600 miles, 595 miles, and it cost me over $500 just to drive home for the weekend. So that's not a good business decision. That was a fatherly decision, not a business decision. And kind of don't want to have to do that again. One of you guys in the comments did the math on it and was like, "Wow, that took $500 right out of your pocket. You probably can't do that more than once or twice a month." And I'm like, yeah, more than once or twice in your lifetime, maybe. Like, that just doesn't seem like a good plan. So anyway, so that's where we're at. They just gave me the red light, which means they're going to start loading me right now. So cool. I'll catch up with you guys when we get the heck out of here. All right, we are loaded up and trucking, and we're gonna head on down here. I looked up the fuel prices, and it's kind of funny what happens when the fuel price goes crazy. The cheapest places are a lot closer to the most expensive places. Like, the prices kind of squished together, which tells me that the normally more expensive places, they have a lot of wiggle room. They lower it down during these times so that because people just wouldn't even go there. If there's even 10 cents cheaper, you go where you can get it 10 cents cheaper. So the prices are about 10-15 cents apart for like the widest gap, and normally that's like 50 cents gap between the cheapest and the most expensive. So I'm gonna go down here. The easy trip is the cheapest I could find. My yard was like 5 cents cheaper if you have cash, but the same price for credit. So I figure I'll go over here, I'll get credit, I'll get my points, I'll get my showers, all that good stuff. So it'll end up being cheaper in the long run. So that is what we're gonna do. Go down here to Madera and get myself some fuel, and then get on our way down to St. George, Utah. And it's about 595 miles, and we're just gonna get it done, rock and roll. I don't even know what time it is. It's about 1:30, something like that. So we should be over there by about 11:30 tonight, or it'll be 12:30 their time, because it's mountain time. We lose an hour when we go into Arizona, so it's all good. We'll be there in plenty of time to get some sleep, and then make our delivery in the morning. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go. You guys see that guy on a moped up there in the front of this right lane? It's totally holding up traffic, going 45 miles an hour through the construction zone here, and we have no way to get around him. He's just putting along on his moped on the interstate. Oh man, it's fun, man. It's fun. This is awesome. All right, let's keep going. drive so far, having a good drive. And they gave me a bait and switch at the fuel stop. Bait and switch on the app. It said it was $5.65 the fuel, and turns out instead of being $5.65 a gallon, it was $5.99 a gallon. So I would have got fuel somewhere else, but I just went off what the app was saying, and well, they bait and switched on me. So anyway, we'll keep on trucking through these hills. I've told you guys before, this is like, there's like a 2-month window when California actually is green, and we're in that little 2-month window right now, and then everything's gonna turn brown pretty soon. So we'll try to enjoy these green hills while we have them, and then everything's gonna turn brown and ugly. Brown and ugly. All right, let's get down the road. Let's go. Trucking right along. We're going to Boron, you moron, and then we'll hit Barstow, and then we'll go up 15 through the desert, all the way up through Vegas, and then through Virgin River Gorge and out to St. George, Utah. But this is my normal run, and those of you who've been watching the channel, you might be getting bored of this run, but you know, something new and exciting happens all the time. So you know, like right now we're dealing with record diesel prices, and you know, that's kind of where we're at, man. That's kind of where we're at. We're at record diesel prices. I basically am over $1 a mile it costs me to run this truck, and just for fuel. I mean, just for fuel. Not to mention the 31 cents a mile to run the you know, to pay for the truck, and the 14 cents a mile for the trailer, and the 14 cents a mile for insurance. So once you start figuring in all those expenses, it's like, holy crap, man. I need to make almost $3 a mile on all my miles just to break even, just to pay my bills at home, and you know, make sure that my truck stays running and all that good stuff. So anyway, we'll get on down this road. I'll stop complaining about the fuel prices at some point, and you know, for those of you who said you're going to regret buying a long nose square, you know, you're going to wish you had an aerodynamic truck when you're getting 5.5 miles per gallon and other guys are getting 9 miles a gallon. Yeah, you might be right now, man. You might be right. You really might. I don't know. It's hurting for certain. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys when we get down the road, and we'll get a little further. I'm going to take my 30-minute break somewhere up ahead. I'm not sure where. I think it kind of depends on when I get hungry. And my tummy's kind of weird still. And my back is actually really sore. I think it's because I'm kind of a violent vomiter. So I think my back's kind of sore and tender because I threw up so much yesterday. So anyway, but my tummy's still a little bit just a little sensitive and kind of weird feeling. So I gotta try and figure out what I want to eat, and then what I can eat, and then what I should eat, and try and find some mixture of that at a truck stop between here and Vegas. So anyway, I'll catch up with you guys when we get on down the road. All right, I stopped over here in Baker, California. That's the world's tallest thermometer. It's not that impressive, but you know, you got to have a claim to fame, I guess. So that's it. But we're gonna come over here and see if we can't get in this this Del Taco. Hopefully the dining room's open. You never know with restaurants out here in these small towns. Sometimes they just close up the dining room and make you go through the drive-thru. Well, that doesn't work too well for trucks like mine, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, looks like there's people inside. I think we scored. Nice. All right, we're taking off out of Baker, California. Took our 30 minutes right there by the world's tallest thermometer, and yeah, man, I told the employees in Del Taco how much I appreciate them having the dining room open, because it's amazing how many places have drive-through only. It's only 8 o'clock at night, but that's late for a little small town like this, so I'll broadcast that out on my channel. You're rolling through Baker, California, they're open till midnight. Even the dining room's open till midnight. They don't pull that crap that was interesting lights on that tow trailer. All right. They don't pull that crap where you look at what time they close, it says midnight, and then you go up there at 8 o'clock and the dining room's already closed, and you're like, oh man, I made my whole, I made my stop to get food over here, and then you end up at a truck stop later eating corn dogs that have been sitting there on the rotisserie for like, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours. They're all shriveled and dried up. Getting some peanuts and a bag of chips, calling that your dinner? No thanks. But anyway, we're gonna get on down the road, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get to Vegas. Alright, we're rolling right here by the Strip, I-15, and Raiders Stadium to the left. One of my OG subscribers, Cali King, he's from up there in Sacramento, and I don't know, a while back he told me, hey, give me a shout out next time you're rolling by Allegiant Stadium. So there you go. Cali King, hope you're watching. But yeah, the rest of this, all the bright lights, flash, light. She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believes in shoes and cars. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I'm just cruising, trying to keep myself busy, my mind occupied. We're in hour 8 of a 10-hour drive, so I'm just trying to keep things going, keep it rolling, and all the lights kind of help change up the scenery from the desert, that's for sure. But it's 10 p.m. right now, and so I've been on the road for about 8.5 hours. So we're gonna be right up against our drive time. The federal government says we're only allowed to drive 11 hours in any 24-hour period before we have to take a 10-hour break. So we'll be right up against that 11-hour limit by the time we get there. So I can't be lollygagging, but also don't need to be doing anything crazy either, because we're not in a hurry. So we're just cruising, man, just cruising. And there you go. Those were the lights of Vegas. And let's see, sweeper ahead, merge left. All right. But yeah, so we'll just keep on trucking. I'll check in with you guys when we get over there to St. George, Utah. This is one of those good nights, man. Everything is going good. Boring is good at trucking. Let's go. All right, man, we made it over here to St. George, and it's about 1 in the morning, mountain time, so it would be midnight according to my logbook. For those of you who aren't truck drivers, your time on your logbook stays the same as your home terminal. So you just always stay on your home terminal time on your logbook. So my e-log right now says I logged out at midnight, even though it's 1 o'clock. But it was about a 13-hour shift. I drove for 10 hours and 43 minutes. So we used up most of that drive time that we're allowed in a day. And man, the temperature dropped. It's like down in the 30s over here in St. George, Utah. So I always sleep pretty good when it's like that. Right there, right in that range. When it's between 30 and 40, I just bundle up and cozy up and I sleep so good. Maybe like up to like 50 degrees. Up to 50 degrees, I sleep really good. Any colder, I get a little chilly, and any warmer, it's like it's a black truck. I can't sleep in that thing, man. During the summertime, I really need to get an APU, an auxiliary power unit, to get myself some AC going in that little sleeper, because it just cooks in there. But I had people tell me I should get an air mattress and just throw it in the reefer during the summertime. I might have to try that if I'm empty, and just at least have one cool night of sleep when I'm out on the road at some point. But anyway, all right, that's it for this load. We actually booked this morning in my scramble to book loads. I was just trying to build out a new schedule because yesterday messed everything up, and I ended up booking a load that ships directly from this receiver. So this warehouse is going to be both my delivery and my pickup tomorrow. So we're cool on that. I'm excited for that. That's it's always awesome. Like literally 0 deadhead miles compared to 600 deadhead miles on Friday. So we're doing good. We're helping to balance that out a little bit. But we're gonna grab that load tomorrow. But we'll talk all about that tomorrow. Today, this is where we're gonna cut it off, man. Knowing that I have a bunch of new subscribers, I kind of felt like I needed to introduce myself again and try to, I don't know, I should have done something silly and crazy because I do that all the time on the channel. I should have done something ridiculous, but I'll be honest, I'm not a clickbaity guy. I don't do things just to get views. I don't always tell you guys exactly what my rates are, especially when they're for my customer. But I do try and tell you guys what the real business is about in trucking, and try and show you guys if you can make a living for your family like I'm making a living for my family. And that's kind of the gist of this channel, man. It's all about my family, my wife, my 4 kids, and how trucking has blessed me to be able to provide for them better than I have in any other point in my life. So as an uneducated fool, this is about as good as I can get. And so hopefully you guys are liking the channel, and this is where we end the video, and I always end it the same way. Love you guys, peace out, see you on the next load.